Just up the road from Dick Lane in North Yorkshire is this thing. It's called Lund's Tower, and if you want to find out exactly why it was built, there's a lot of believed to be, seems likely to be, nothing quite as concrete as I'd like. I have been informed, however, that at the top of this tower there is a plaque, which I'm hoping is going to contain the missing information we need to solve this mystery. So let's go and check it out. Now, the tower was commissioned by a man named James Lund, and there's two leading explanations behind it. The most popular one is that it was built to commemorate Queen Victoria's 50th anniversary as Queen. In other words, her Golden Jubilee. And the timings seem to match up. This was built, in fact, in the same year that took place, in 1887. On the other hand, though, some people think this was built to celebrate the birth of James's daughter Ethel, and that's why they call this Ethel's Tower. It's actually got 4 names in total, but let's forget about the others for now. We'll head up and see what we can find. Pretty dark in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15. Oh, I've lost count. I'm gonna have to count on the way down. Where is it? Where's the plaque? Don't tell me it's on the inside. Where is it? Either I'm blind or somebody's having me on here. Did I walk past it? Is it downstairs? I'm sure I didn't walk past one. Oh my God, that's low. Genuinely thought the plaque was at the top. Wait, there's nothing here. Every record of this online says there is a plaque here, but surely that's where it would have been. What's going on? Let's just double check around the sides. No, maybe it's gone. Oh. Okay, mystery unsolved in that case. That's so weird. Why would it have been removed? Still some snow left from the last few weeks. We had really heavy snow for maybe close to a week, and then just really freezing temperatures, -8 some evenings, and it's mostly gone, thankfully. Now, what I did read about the plaque before I came here, because it's pretty well documented, is that it was really heavily worn down and pretty much illegible by now. And nobody really knows whether it's been worn down by the weather, because it's been here, this tower, for almost 140 years, or whether it was just never engraved in the first place. So who knows what it would have said. In terms of those other 2 names, though, there are some records that have been found that reference this tower as Jubilee Tower. So that first story seems like pretty much a dead cert. And the 4th name is actually connected to that over there. I don't know how easy it is to see on camera. It's kind of on that outcrop of rocks. And these 2 share a nickname. So we're going to make our way over there. I'll let you know a bit about the story on the way over. And then after that, doesn't look very appealing, but we're going to be heading that way into the moorland for one final stop off. I'd say hopefully the cloud's going to clear up a bit, but I've seen the forecast and it's not looking likely. So we'll make do, we'll be all right. You literally have to like, either limbo down there or go backwards. Okay. I mean, it does look pretty awesome on the hilltops. I could see it on the drive in as well. I wish I'd recorded it. It's a pretty cool sight as you're making your way over. Now, this second structure you can see over here, these 2 were built independently, but they share a nickname among the locals. And they call them the Salt and Pepper Pots, which I think is a pretty cool nickname. I presume this is the pepper pot. The salt pot we'll see more clearly soon. Let's get a little bit closer and I can tell you what it's all about. Got a memorial seat, Walter R. Airy, 1935 to 1994. A nice place to have a memorial laid for you, looking out over the valley. You can't say it's not tempting to try and jump over that. To be honest, I could probably actually pretty much walk over that. It's not as big as it looks. So here it is, the pepper pot. Its official name is Wayneman's Pinnacle, built by the Wayneman family. Now, both of the families involved in these two, in Lund's Tower and the Pinnacle, have a long history in the local towns here. To be frank, it's too broad to get into this video, but if anybody's interested, let me know. Maybe we can kind of cover that in a different episode. Now, one unusual thing about Wayneman's Pinnacle is that I couldn't find an accurate date to explain when it was built. There are several different dates listed online, and apparently at one point it was destroyed by lightning, so maybe that's why there's a bit of confusion there. So if anybody local is watching or anyone knows, please let us know in the comments. Lightning strikes have actually been an issue for a number of stone monuments in the local area in Yorkshire. I guess this happens everywhere. There's another place called Studley Pike, not too far from here. We'll probably check that out in a different video. And that was once pretty much destroyed by lightning as well. It has since been rebuilt, and it does now have lightning protection built in, which is a good thing because it's been struck several times since then. What's that? It's caught my interest. Oh, I thought it was a little plaque. I guess it must have had something on it. Maybe a plaque in the past. Some kind of explanation as to this vista. Who knows? Now, there are a few folk tales surrounding this particular pinnacle, and one of them goes that it was Mrs. Wayneman who actually was involved and responsible for the construction of this. And at the base of the pinnacle, she buried a charm to try and expel ghosts from the local area. It's probably not true, but to be fair, I've been here about 30 minutes now. I haven't seen any ghosts, so who knows? Do ghosts come out in the day? I don't know. I wish I could give you a date for this, but at least we know, hopefully somebody can fill this in for us in the comment section. If Lund's Tower was 1875? Let me double check that. I knew it 10 minutes ago. I've been reading about this all week. 1887. So if that was 1887, this, it seems, was built earlier, but yeah, I don't know exactly when. Now, more likely the truth behind the construction of this is to commemorate the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. It's not quite as fun as the ghost story though, but it's a bit more realistic. We've got some trash here. For everybody who's been suggesting I tidy up when I get the chance to, your recommendations have paid off, because I think it's a great idea. I don't know why you would bother, why you would be leaving rubbish. I just don't understand it. Now, if you do want to visit these two, they're pretty accessible. This is called Dick Lane. I wasn't joking about that earlier. Dick Lane is the road that runs all the way past both of these. And there's a few safe parking spots where you can pull in just at the side of the road. A little bit of a hilly walk to go up here, but it's not too bad. So compared to a lot of similar types of places, it's relatively easy to get to and well worth the visit, I would say. There's a few engravings up here as well. In loving memory, Maisie Ridley, 2006. R.I.P. Maisie. We got a few. Not quite so many as in Ilkley. Pretty cool place though. I wonder what stops it from getting damaged by lightning now. can't see anything attached to it. Somebody who knows more than me about stonework, feel free to educate me, because I don't know anything about stonework. So there is something else near here that's a little bit weird. It's not the locals. It's actually going to require us to leave civilization and go further inland across the moors. I've been told it is going to be very boggy, so we'll see. We'll see if we make it. I'm not one to give up. It would have to be pretty bad for me to turn back. Now, visibility is not great, but it is pretty massive, so we should hopefully be able to see it from a pretty good distance. Well, a relatively good distance today. And I'll tell you a bit more about it when we get there. That's not the most promising sight when you're looking for a path. What we want to do, pretty much just go in a straight line, as far as I can tell from the map. So we can't really go too far wrong. How has that gotten there? Is this a sign? Somebody trying to ward us off from this place? We'll soon find out. It's pretty common to find sheep remains around here. In fact, it happened on one of my videos a few weeks ago now. On that occasion, it was quite a fresh carcass, let's say, and it was a bit grisly to show on film, so I had to blur it out. More often than not, though, you'll just find bones, skeletons, sometimes purposefully placed skulls. I wanted to give a big thank you, by the way, to everybody who's been watching recently, liking the videos, commenting, subscribing. Thank you so much, and thank you for all the feedback. I've had so many great suggestions about how to make the videos better, more fun for all of you. I've taken all of that on board, and I'm trying to improve at least one thing every single video. More if I can do, but things take time, depends on what it is. So please do keep them coming. I'm always reading the comments and the feedback. And an extra special thank you to anybody who's recently joined as a member on YouTube. I didn't expect to get any paying members on here, I'm not going to lie. So thank you so much. I'm really glad you're enjoying the content. Any kind of money I make through memberships or ads, I'm never going to push it. I'm never going to try and persuade anybody to do it, but anything I get from there, any extra bits, I'm throwing straight back into the videos, because what I'd love to do this year is just spend more time doing these. Trying to find lesser known places, research stories in more detail, and just bring you more cool stuff. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there's going to be lots more on the way this year. I'm just pausing and hesitating because I got this in front of me. Okay, we can probably... Can I jump that? I mean, I could just walk over there, and jumping's more fun though, isn't it? Especially when there's a slight chance of me falling in. Let's give it a go. There we go. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, thanks so much. And I hope you're all enjoying the videos still. You know, sometimes people comment on the videos saying, you must be freezing. I'm actually too hot most of the time. I normally got extra layers on underneath. And it's not that cold, it's just after walking, I get so hot. Okay, we're in luck. You can hopefully see what we're heading towards. And it doesn't look too far away, so I think we're going to be all right. We're going to make it. Oops. Oh no. Okay. This is said to be the largest stone in Yorkshire. It's called the Hitching Stone. It weighs around 1,000 tons, and there's a lot of folklore surrounding it. And the most famous of these stories tells of a local witch who lived on nearby Ilkley Moor. And this witch used to wake up every single day, look out of her home, and she'd see this enormous stone. And she got sick of it. So one day she took her broom, shoved it through the stone, and launched it over the moorland, eventually landing here. There are scientific explanations for this as well, of course, but for now, all I want to do is climb into what the locals call the Druid's Chair. I'm going to try and get the camera up there as well, so I just need to strap it onto my bag. Okay. I would not describe this as a simple climb, just because there's not a lot of handholds. First up though, sorry, it's very cramped in here. I'll try and get back so you can see the view. It's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. Nice and sheltered in here as well. Do you know what? I did read online that there was a chain here to help people climb up. It must have gone. I wonder what's happened. Now the broomstick hole, let's call it, that we saw earlier, this is where it runs through. And I don't know if you can see, maybe not. I think it goes all the way through. I mean, it must be because there's been water pooling down here. The legend goes, maybe this is true, I don't know, that this never dries up. Is that possible? Let me know. There's a lot of things I don't know. And the thing is, if I want to read that, I've got to be right on the edge there. So I might have to read that when I watch this back. But hopefully you can see it. Let me know what it says. Now, we've got the next challenge, getting back down. It's not the smallest drop. I'm going to pop you back onto my bag again and see if we can sort of... Okay. There we go. Not the most elegant dismount. I wonder where this chain's gone. So this is the bottom of the broomstick hole. Now, while we see if there's a way to the top of this, if you're interested in the scientific explanation, this is actually something called a glacial erratic. In other words, it ended up here as a consequence of the most recent ice age and was carried here, from what I understand, by melting glaciers. This has happened in a lot of places, so if you ever happen to see just a huge rock or a boulder seemingly in the middle of nowhere, next to nothing else like it, there's a good chance that's what happened. Now that's pretty much everything I've got to show you in this local vicinity for now. Before we end the video though, let's see if we can make it to the top of these rocks. I'm going to strap you in again while we head up. This is sketchy. Okay. Wow. We've got some more trash. I don't know if I can reach that. That water is so clear. I'm not going to drink it, but it looks kind of appetizing. Who's been drinking lemonade up here? I'm not going to try and get any higher. We got some more engravings. This is just what people do, I guess. Engraved stone. These are a bit harder to read. Clambert, is it? Can't quite see what that one is. More down here. What's this? Like, oh, Maurice. M-A-U-R-I-C-E. I don't know what happens after that. Now it looks like it's been there a while. Okay. Can I fish that out? It's blowing away. Oh, it's going further. I can just see it happening. If I try and get that, I'm going to be falling in there. Didn't bring a stick, unfortunately. Okay, that's going to have to stay here for now, I'm afraid. That's going to be it for today's video, I'm afraid. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to have to make my way back now through the bogs to the salt pot, across to the pepper pot, aka Lund's Tower, and then I'm going to drive home and get something warm. A nice cup of warm tea, I think. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. I just realised on the way back, for anybody who wants some additional information about the Hitching Stone, I forgot to talk about quite a lot of it, specifically about its significance in the local area. So here's a bit of bonus history for anybody who wants to hang around for it. Now, it sits, from what I can see, directly on the borders of North and West Yorkshire. A lot of people say that it sits also on the border of Lancashire, but that didn't seem to match up with the boundaries on the map to me. It is very close though. Not only that, it sits on several other borders, specifically of local wapentakes. Now, these are old kind of regional boundaries from many, many years ago. In other words, its presence there has played a part in a lot of significant parts of human history. It's known to have been used for meeting points, for markets, even weddings apparently. Some people speculating that maybe that's where the name the Hitching Stone comes from, but again, I've seen mixed stories, so at least me, I'm not personally certain, but somebody might know. And I think that's pretty much all I had planned to share. I think so. Sorry about that. Thank you for sticking around until the end. And once again, I'll see you next time.